I ended up 8th or something, and I think that's where I started in the feature, modified dirt race there at Eastern States, and Flemington was running the Race of Champions, and I didn't have a ride for that either. And I think they called me on a Friday, and Friday morning from the track and said, hey, would you be interested in driving a car? I'm like, sure. What car's that? And they go, Mario Flori. I said, hell yeah. And I know that's a good asphalt car, you know. So same thing. I went up there as a pitch hitter for modified, their asphalt modified, and you know, it went out and I think I crashed in a heat race. We brought the car back to my shop, straightened it out, went back, won the consi, started 43rd, and we drove up, and I think with 5 to go, I was 5th, and ended up winning the race. It was pretty impressive. I'd have to say, out of the modifieds, that was 93, and then the next year we went to Syracuse with a sprint car, and we set fast time, led every lap, and won the feature, and we got best appearing car. I don't think there was nothing we left on the table there, and we were pretty good, and one I'd have to say that was my biggest sprint car win.
Now, people talk so highly about Syracuse, and for people that may have not been there, you know, in the sprint car days here, what was the biggest difference between the sprints and the modifieds up there that you could tell? And what about Syracuse do you miss, like, you know, from back in the day?
Syracuse was, I always enjoyed going there with a modified and trying to be fast and time trial and start up front and stuff, but it was really difficult to pass. It was usually rubber down around the inside, and it didn't get wide enough to make it 2 cars wide to pass. So it wasn't, I wouldn't say it was a real racy track, but it had a lot of history, and, you know, it was a big hype at the end of the year to go to Syracuse and run the modified. And then they brought the sprint cars in, and, you know, I'm sure any of the sprint car drivers say, I don't think sprints were built for a mile track. You know, we were up there, and I had the wing blow up one time, put me in a wheelie going down the back stretch, and another time I was up there, I had the wing blow down coming down the front stretch, go over top of the hood, and I couldn't see getting M1, but I kind of made it. But, you know, sprints weren't really built for mile tracks, and I don't think anybody really missed it when they did stop running them there, you know.
And then another race that, you know, you didn't mention it, but we were talking here just a second ago. You have the distinction of winning a Williams Grove National Open that was a daylight show, I believe, so if I'm not mistaken, or an afternoon show. Some people might think that kind of has a bit of an asterisk next to it there, but you're a National Open winner as well.
Yeah, that's big. I mean, you know, you look at the big races that you win, and the National Open, that was my biggest win. It's Williams Grove there, and, you know, I mean, just to have that on your resume, that's pretty impressive.
All right, Billy. Well, before we wrap this up here, we always do a little segment called Story Time, presented by Photobomb Productions. And this is a no-hold-barred segment. Anything goes. Have at it here. The best racing story that you have, it could be anything that, you know, it's no holds barred here. What do you got?
Best racing story I've got?
Yes.
Yeah.
Could be time on the road. Could be a.
And we don't have censorship.
No,
here,
so
Billy.
have at it.
All right? Have at it, buddy.
I don't know. I'd have to say one time when I first started racing, just getting to the track was tough sometimes with your haulers and trailers and stuff. And I was a rookie, you know, a million years ago in '75, and I was going to Bridgeport, and my sponsor bought me back in the early '70s and the '70s. They had these ramp trucks, and you put the car up on the ramp truck, you know, and my sponsor bought me one. So we loaded up, and we were going to Bridgeport, and we're going down the road, and we were running into a hailstorm, and I don't think I've seen hail that big before and since. They were the size of golf balls. And they were bouncing off these big windows in this ramp truck, and I thought it was going to break the windows, but we kind of made it through that, and then we're going down the road, and it made a noise, and then all of a sudden I lost drive. The transmission went out, so I called my father. He come over with the truck we were hauling, with a Ford pickup and an open trailer. He was planting beans. He had all the bean bags in the back of it. We stuffed all the tools and the tires in there, unloaded the car off the ramp truck, and put it on the trailer, and we went on our way going to Bridgeport. So we get down on 295, and we're going along, and all of a sudden traffic stopped. I'm like, what the hell? So they're detouring us off the next exit. I don't know if a plane crashed or something crashed on the 295, and we couldn't get through. So they detoured us around it. We get around it. We're late as it is. We're getting down there. We pull in. We missed the heat race. We get the car unloaded. We're in line for the consi to go out for the consi to qualify, and it downpours rain. So it's like all that to get to the races, and we get there, and then it downpours rain, and we don't even get to run.
Damn.
That's it.
I mean, that was just a struggle to get there, you know, and then you go through all that, and you get rained out. But I don't know. There's probably a million stories, but I'm not a real rememberable guy on remembering stuff, you know. But I always remember that trip.
Well,
So it's like a tough trip.
the last question I have for you is, we were talking about Logan earlier, and Logan's here in the Fully Injected Motorsports fan zone, and he says, Billy, what advice would you give to a young guy just getting into 410 sprint car racing today?
Oh, Lord.
Don't.
All great answers start with "Oh Lord."
I don't know, you know, I mean, you got to drive them things like seriously hard, and you know, you're on the edge, and you got to have a little respect. But I guess somebody asked me a while back, you know, what you thought you needed to be the fastest in a sprint car, and you got to put two things together. You got to put fast and smooth together, and if you can do that, you'll win races.
Yep. And I tell you right now, Logan, check, because he runs that sucker so hard on Saturday nights, it's unbelievable. Billy, thank you so much for coming on the show. This is a great honor with everyone here, the guys and I. And, man, thank you so much for taking some time and coming on the show.
We appreciate it, and I figured I'd put a plug in. We have an open house in July here at the shop. We open it up to all the fans and stuff. We have food, ice cones. We'll have T-shirts. We sign autographs. People can go through the trophy room in where we work on the cars and stuff, and it's totally free. We do this every other year for the fans because a lot of times anymore we don't have the time at the track to sit there and sign autographs and stuff. So we figure we do it here at the shop and, you know, let the young fans see where the cars are worked on and how they're worked on and stuff. So you're all invited. July 12th, it's a Sunday.
Well, we would love to come out for that. I know
Market boys, we're going.
I
Market.
saw on your, I think maybe it was Mandy's page or somebody posted it not last year or the last time you did that, and you guys had like a full Zemco wing, the original full wing that you guys were like, I think auctioning off or raffling off.
Yeah, we raffled off a wing. We usually try to do something to benefit some injured driver or something, and we raffled off a wing one year, and last year we did some body panels, and John and Pee Wee and Tommy Carl, they restored the car that I won Syracuse with, the world record holder, and they brought that down. We had that on display, and I'd like to get them to bring it back again this year, but I don't know. I've heard it's out in Lattimore at the museum. I'm not sure, but one of my old cars, a lot of people don't remember back in the early 80s, I drove this car. It was the L car modified, and that's getting restored, and that hopefully will be here for my open house.
Well, you are correct. We actually have been talking with EMMR about doing some videos and some stuff out there, maybe, you know, just plugging some of the history out there. And one of the things they specifically mentioned was your car just came in there. It's the newest exhibit out there. So we'd love to go out there and check it out.
Yeah, it's definitely good. But like I said, if you do it on July 12th, it's a Sunday. It's usually 12 to 4 we do it. And, you know, you stop down and hang out and have something to eat and drink and, you know, see all the cars, all that. I got a lot of history with pictures upstairs and trophies and you know, you can go through all that. It's a pretty big trophy room, winning 700 some features. You know, I've got a lot of trophies.
Well, Billy, the boys, we love history, so I think we're going to put it in our calendar. July 12th, we'll come down, we'll bring a case of beer. That way we can catch up on some of those great stories with you.
There you go. The more you drink, the better the stories get. You know that.
Yeah, you know that. Billy, once again, thank you for taking some time out of your day. Stay safe, my man, especially in the pandemic that we are in, and can't wait to see you get back into Modified.
All right. Thank you.
Absolutely. Billy Pouch, just getting off the Moose's LZ hotline.
Love it.
guys, over 700